Hello, hello! Playing around with the opening. I enjoy having my place and I will be adding assets to this item scene. But we can take that off, load up pips, keep my little desk with the breads, and get started. For more information, see the description and the what's a bunch of videos in a book? Playlist. Yeah, see the playlist description for more information on the game. Link in the description if you want to play along. What do we got going on? It's not so much that it's late, it's that words are hard. I see we've got a 9, and I wonder if we actually have a single domino that sums to 9, because I don't see a 6-3 or a 5-4, and that's pretty much all the ways. That tells us the stagger, say. So we could have a 6 and then a 3. Is this the only 3 we have? Yes. Or vice versa. We know that the 6-4 isn't going to be in use for this orange because 4 doesn't fit in the green less than 3 or the purple sums to 2. It would be possible to build a greater than 9 without using the 6 necessarily. You could do a 5-5 just fine. And we have the 5s to do it. And I don't believe we're stuck on the 6-3 there. It could be a 5-4, right? So if we had a 5-4. I see some definite high-low going on here, and I wonder if we can because we have this less than 3, could be 0, 1, or 2, and we have this greater than 9, could be 10, 11, or 12. It would have a hard time getting to 12, but it could do it. I suspect we're not going to find much useful information from doing sums, but it won't take long on a game this size, so might as well. 2, 9, 9. I'm going to count the green as a 2 and the blue, dark blue as a 10. And then the 3 equals we don't know. That's just 32. Right, and then subtract the 10, the 5 off the dominoes below, the 7, the 3, the 3, the 6, the 6, and the 5. And what this is going to do is take this 10 points, this 5 points that I need to find some place to distribute, and then subtract them from the places where I know the total that will need to be distributed, and it's going to be 13 extra. So that tells us a couple of things. These 3 equals sum to somewhere around 13. 13? 13. Also, because the sum of an equals is always going to be even, we know that this dark blue is not 10, or this green is not 2. We made the assumption of it being like the minimal satisfaction of less than 3 is just 2. But in order to get an even total for the equalses, we're going to have one of these be odd and the other even. Instead of a 2-10, it could be a 2-11, it could be a 1-10, it could be a 1-12, it could be a 0-11. I doubt it's going to be a 0-11, but we do have the zeros to get that done, hypothetically. No, we don't. 6 would require the use of a 3 in there, and therefore we don't have another 0. We do have another 0. We do have another 0. Alright, it could be a 0-11. Not that it's likely, but it could be. If they sum to 13 and there's 3 of them, then about a 2-2 each, so we can't go crazy and stick a 5-5 in one of them and expect to have a good time. Most likely they're going to be low numbers in all three equals, but one of them could be middling. Can I say anything about... We got 2 6s, we got 2 5s, we got 3 4s. Those are our ingredients to make 9s. Well, and a single 3. So 3 6, 5 4, or you could do both 5 4s. Could you do both 5 4s? And then you'd need a 5 5. Interesting. Okay, so can you have a 5 5? I suspect not. Right. Because we only have 2 5s. And if we put them both in the greater than 9, it does satisfy the greater than 9, but now we only have 6s and 3s left to build the other 2 9s, and we don't have enough 3s to actually get it done. So we know that this dark blue contains at least 1 6. And if we know that, can't really say which 6 yet, but we know it's in there. What can we say that's useful about that? This isn't a huge map, so we could just start testing things, and I believe we could get to a solution reasonably quickly that way. But I prefer, if possible, to find the placement that we know works without having to test if we run out of other options. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get what I want here. Oh, we didn't count what's the pairs of equals that we have available, right? So, like, we have 2 1s floating around. We have 2 0s. Either the 2 1s go in here, though. We have 3 0s. Or 0 2. And a less than 3. We'd have a tricky time, therefore, using 1s and 0s as contents of the equals, because it would leave us with a 0 2 to make this 2, because we have a third 0 and a third 2 to play with. And then over here we would have no 0s, no 2s, and no 1s to make a less than 3, which does not work. So either the 0s or the 2s can't be in the equals. I suspect we're going to have to dip into 4s. If we do 2 4s and 2 2s, that's 12, which puts us approximate to this -13. Running up against it for sure, though. We don't have enough 5s to use 5s in there. Do we have enough 6s? Nope. One of them has to go into the greater than 9, we already said, so... We might have to do 4s and 0s, but what's the third one? 4 0s and 2s? 4 0s and 1s? Let's say... no. Maybe there. Let's play around with that. 4s and 1s gets it done, but 1s are not contributing adequately to there. So no, we're gonna have... Let's try and get the 4s going here, maybe? Yeah, we're into the guessing section of this video already. 1s and 2s, 0 and 5, say. Well, we could do 0 6 and 3 0. That might work. Or we might run out of 2s at that point. Let's try it though. 0, 2 is less than 3, yes. The only remaining 6, exactly 2. 2, 5, 4, 2. Yeah, no, we don't have another double left. So if we go the other way, 0, 6, 3, 0, no, that wouldn't matter. 0, 5, and then 4, 2, 0, 6, 3, 0, 5, 2. No. What is this telling us? I think it might mean if this is going to be an 11, this has to be even. If we're having such trouble, could we get it done with a 0, 0 there? Suspicious. Could we even get a 0, 0 there at all? Zero 6 or 0, 3. Neither of those want to play in an equals. So no. Unless a 0, 5 will do. No, we using both 5s won't do. So this can't be 0, 0. I think it does have to be 2. Pretty sure we already saw this doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't get us high enough in the greater than 9. So 2, 5? Alright. See if I can track what I'm thinking here. This greater than 9 can't be a 5, 5. Could be a 6, 4? Could be a 6, 4 to get the 10 that we're looking for. Maybe this green could still be a 1. If this is an 11 for sure, though, if this is an 11 for sure, because we know the 13 thing, if this dark blue is odd, then this green is even, and since we saw that the green can't be 0, because the 0, 3, 0, 5, and 0, 6 into the purple all don't work for different reasons, then we would say that this has to be 2 total, and then the only 2 that works here is the 2, 5. But it still can't be a 5. It can't be 2 5s, right? Yeah, 2, 4 binds us up. So this might have to be a 6, 4. This might have to sum to 1. If this did sum to 1, could we do anything useful there for 2? 2, 5 in order to get high enough. That's not getting us the 6, 4 though, is it? Let's play with it still, just to see. Can't do a 5. We need the 5, 4, and a 6, 3, so it's got to be one of the 6s. 6, 4? We don't have enough 4s left. Is there anything we could do better about that? Possibly not. Gracious. There's some insight there, I wonder. Right, I'm having trouble with that, so I'm going to abandon that line of thought and think if this is a 1, 1, where'd it go? Reload. Yes, play hard. we are continuing our grand pattern of having an error in the hard puzzle for no reason. All right. If the blue 2, or if the purple 2 up here is 2 1s, can I? Yeah. Then the 1 2 can't go into a 9. That answers pretty quickly that it cannot be 2 1s because it's surrounded on both sides by 9. So it's going to be a 0 2 of some flavor. Zeros are pretty free. 2s, we can't have a 2 1. We could have a 2 5 or a 2 4. Let's kick it off by going this direction, say. It's not going to be both 2s. It's going to be a 0. Any of these are available. I like having the options. What do we got for 4s, though? 4 2 or 4 6? Can't have 6s in the equals, I believe. So 4 2, and we're going to have a 2 in the equals. Therefore, that don't work. Try instead 2 4 5 0, maybe? 0 6 in order to get high enough. Give me a 5 or 4. 4 1 will do. 1 2, that wouldn't do, because then that gives us a 2 5 into something that can't take that high. 4 6 doesn't work because we don't have 2 6s. 5 2 2 1, again 1 4. I wouldn't think we could pull that off, but maybe 4 1 1 2. No. Yeah, we can't use up the 4s because we would need the 5 4 for the 9. Also, we're just gonna run out. Does that mean we can't do this? We can't do this as 0. Did we look at the 5 2? Yeah, 2 1 doesn't work. So 2 4, 2 5 wasn't working for us either. We might have to go 0 then. 0 to 0 to 0, hypothetically. Can't use up a 5 because now we need a 5 4. We don't have another 3 to pull off the 6, so it's got to be the 6 if we're going this way. 4 1 and 1 2. It's less than 3 total though, and we're fresh out of zeros, which might be a problem. Yeah, we would have to try and get this to be 1 1. 4 2 2 5 doesn't work. 4 1 1 2 doesn't work. So this can't be 6 4. We know it can't be 5. That's all the things. So this can't be 0 5, and since that was the only 0, this can't be that either, I guess. The only other 6 that we have available is that. 4 1 and 4 2 do not work. So this can't be 0 3. Which certainly means that it can't be 0 6, because then the 3 0 would be doing the same thing we just tested, so maybe it's a 0 5. I think we just tested everything that this could possibly be, but who knows. 4 2. Yeah, we know 4 6 doesn't work because it doesn't like equals. 4 1, maybe. 4 2 seems more likely, but I don't know why yet. 6 4. We got the 2s, we got a 4 1. Yeah, that's looking more likely. 1 1 2. We do have a 0 now. Interesting. Hold on. We just used up the only other 2. And we need that for there. This is closer, though. So if we have a 2s and a 4s, and we have this as 11, and we have a 1, all those things. If we have all those things, then I guess we're going to end up with this needing to be a 0. Plus 8 plus 4. Alright. The 6-3 here, though, could do. The 2s could be here. But then we have the 4-9. We have a 9. Yeah, I'm hoping we can kind of reverse this in some way, but I'm worried it won't end up working. We have a 1-2 though. And then a 2-5. So maybe clear. Maybe the 2-5 can be on this side. I'm kind of hoping. And if so, how do we get this to be 0? 2-4-4-0. There is no 4-0. 0-5. Wait, I thought we said this can't be 0. Like if we have a 6-4, can't get the 9 at all. So this isn't gonna be 4s, no matter how hard we try. Tricky. Yeah. I don't know that I've actually eliminated all the right things. I might have been overzealous in eliminating something. What's the most bound thing? One of them's a 6-3, one of them's a 5-4, and they have to share a 2 for the 9s. Maybe we can work from that point. Because one of them's a 6-3, we could do this. The 3-0 fits kind of on any of the 4 positions of dominoes that I'm looking at right now. Which should be those, or reverse that. I don't know if this is actually going to be 0s or if it was just 0s under the condition of the equals that we picked, so let's not go from there. If we have a 3, the 6 would have to be inward. Then we need a 2 to a 5 or a 4. We have both available. If it's a 2-5, then we could go 4. 4-1 won't work because 1-2. 4-2 won't work because 2-1. That's all well and good. Okay. 4-6 isn't even on the table because we need the 6 over here. Maybe then. Okay. Can I say... Yeah, this isn't 2 1s, it has to be 0-2. Since we know the 5-4 has to border either a 0 or a 2, 5-0 or 5-2 or 4-2 is going to be what we got. And then 6 and 3 border the 0. So 5-0 isn't in play. The 6 and 3, we don't have a 6-2. We don't have a 3-2. So the 6-3-9, the 9 that's constituted of this 6 and this 3 in some orientation, doesn't matter which, is going to be sharing the purple with either this 2-5 or this 2-4. This 0-5 is elsewhere, probably over here. Maybe there for now. Let's try it. 2-5 gives us a 4-1 or a 4-2. 2, 4 would require a 5, 2 on the other side. Does that eat up too many of our equalses, though, you know? Okay, so 4, 1, 4, 6 gets us high enough. 1, 2, no. This has to be 2, 0, 1s. If this could be a 2. Oh, it can. Yeah, the 4, 2 and 4, 1 can swap. Well, we almost got there. Okay, cool. I think that works. Blah, 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 blah. That might be a record for the longest I've spent on this nonsense. Hopefully that tells me good things about, I don't know, the sound. I am going to remount my microphone from the ceiling. I can't look up at my ceiling without losing face tracking right now. Hello? Yes, there we go. Let me see if I can change the idle animation when face tracking gets lost too. Okie doke. Thank you for coming along. Hope you have a good one. Okay, bye.